that I rock, you get your boots knocked.
There we go. There we go. Can you see it? Everything? The background's good? Gotta shorten that up a bit, I think. What's up, everybody? Here with a special episode. Special. My first in studio / in house / in bedroom interview. I'm here with my very own son, Andrew Rodno College D3 golfer, home for the winter vacation. And I asked him to do this. He agreed off camera, which I'm not mad at. I'm all right with it. And try to ask him a few questions about his first fall season, right? Fall season of college golf, and just pick his brain, see what he thinks, see what he's looking forward to for the spring and for the following years coming up. So here we have Andrew. There you go. Say that again. They didn't hear you.
Hello.
What's up, buddy? How are you?
Good.
So how's it feel being back home? First winter break of college.
It's fun.
Yeah?
It's relaxing. I had to do nothing.
Yeah. Must be nice. You're here for a month, right? A month. And then we leave this weekend. Yeah, good stuff. You catch up with a lot of your friends, a lot of catching up.
Yeah.
Any friends you didn't get to see that you would have liked to see?
No, I'd say I saw them all.
Yeah, all right, cool, man. So, what are your impressions of the college life? What did you like? What didn't you like?
I would probably say there was more likes than dislikes this semester. Probably the biggest one, obviously, is just being in a place that I'm not familiar with. Going to somewhere where I'm not familiar with the area. Back here and home, I know all the towns surrounding us. I know all the places to visit in my town and around my town. I have family, friends here, obviously. But I like the sense of independence at school. It's like you make your own schedule, you do your own things on your own time. You get held accountable for assignments and activities and stuff. So I definitely say it's like living your solo life a little early, but you still get to come back.
The adult life, right?
Yeah.
Good. So I remember dropping you off, and while we were setting up your dorm room, you had a meeting with your team and coach, and they gave you a sheet of paper like listing the itinerary for the month.
Yeah.
But what caught my attention was the practices that he wants, like certain drills and practices, and one that I talk about with the guys at work, the front tees, irons only.
Yeah.
That's the one. I want to do that one day for the YouTube and get that recorded with me just going out there and front tees, irons only, no woods.
Yeah. It's fun.
Did you ever get to do that?
Yeah, we had to go out in groups of 4. Pretty sure it was one of the coldest days of the year, so that was that sucked. But it was fun. I think it would have been better if we were able to use all of our clubs, but our coach only wanted us to use irons.
Do you remember the yardage that day or for that drill?
No, but if I had to guess, it was, I don't know, probably around 4,000 yards. Maybe.
Wow. All right. 18 holes, correct?
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe a little less. 5,000 yards, maybe around there.
Wow. And you remember your score? Or were you guys keeping score, or you just...
No, I don't remember my score, but I do remember it not being what I thought it was going to be. Most of all the guys, they went super low. I think I only went around par, but I don't remember the exact score.
All right. See, for me, that's an excellent and exciting day. I'd be telling everybody.
Yeah.
You sound upset.
Yeah, everybody had low scores. It was
Nah, all right,
I
that's all
wasn't
right. You were
contributing.
nervous first week, second week of college. You were there
I
when
think
that
so.
happened.
Second or third.
Yeah, that was pretty early on. Ah, good stuff, man. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, thank you for doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a few minutes before you go back upstairs on your PlayStation. So I wrote down some questions. Obviously, and I had to get pre-approval from you to ask you these questions. But yeah, let's go. Let's get into it. I wrote like how many did I write? 18 questions. We might not do all of them. I might just jump around and just ask you and pick your brain of like what you're thinking. Well, what was your favorite course this fall during your tournaments or
Uh,
practice rounds, either or?
I yeah, this easy answer. I went up to Maryland. I still don't know how to pronounce the town, but it was something like Have the Grace, Northeast Maryland, above Baltimore,
Oh,
and
yeah,
it was
yeah.
like the first best public course, eighth best course overall in Maryland, made by Pete Dye, and it was just a nice link style. Even though it was 30 degrees that day, it was nice link styled, nice manicured course that I really liked, and I had a lot of my teammates that I'm close with at that tournament with me, so it made it that much better.
That's the one I went to, right? That's the
Yeah,
one I caught the flat on the way down.
yeah,
that, that drive sucked, but yeah, I'm glad I got to see you play.
yeah. It was fun.
Um, so coming from junior tour, Hurricane and JPGA, like I got the same vibe as your college tour, college tournament, as one of those tournaments there.
Hmm.
A lot of parents, a lot more parents were there than I thought it would be. I didn't think there was gonna be that many parents. I
Yeah.
thought it'd be like one or two parents there, but there was quite a few. Um, and they all helped out. Some of them are the four caddying. They're out in the green.
Yeah.
Sorry, the fairway. And then you got the usual parents that stick around at the tee box and don't help out and just want to walk with the golfer.
Hmm. It's similar.
Yeah, I was surprised at how similar it is to those junior tours.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be a lot of no speaking to the parents or no speaking to the
I
players,
thought so too.
no interaction. But yeah, I thought that was cool. I liked that because I felt comfortable in doing what I was doing
Yeah.
because I've been doing it all those years for the junior tour. But yeah, that's the course where your second shot, that dog leg right. I forget what hole it was. Back nine,
Oh yeah.
dog leg right,
It was like a blind shot. I didn't even.
and you nailed it like maybe 2-3 feet from the pin, right?
Yeah. Something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that shot. 13th, 14th hole,
Yeah.
maybe.
I just swung and assumed that the pin was over there.
Good. Yeah, that's the shot. So that's one of my questions. What shot plays in your head? Like just how they say on the
Hmm.
online, like it lives rent free in your head. What
Yeah.
shot is it? For me, that's that one. It's that shot, that
Hmm.
second shot.
Mm. I don't know. There's a couple. I don't know if I could choose like which one because they all kind of sting the same.
Nah.
But it was that one's probably one that was cool to remember because my entire thought process literally was just I had the yardage. I was gonna go either plus or minus 5 yards by the hole, so I had a good yardage. But when I walked up and it was right next to the pin, I didn't know that was my ball. Another one I'd say is probably on our home course we have this dog leg left on the front nine, par five, and most guys on the team can carry it over these trees. But every time I've tried, I either A, can never get over the trees, or B, I just don't have the distance to carry the trees. So then one time, it was me and my buddy. He's a freshman too. I caught a nice gap, hit it like dead center of the face, good swing, good power, and I ended up carrying the trees, and I was in the middle of the fairway. I was pretty happy about that. It was like over a 300 yards carry, but
Nice.
it was one that I remembered, and then probably my last one that I can remember, which is most recent within the semester. Um, I was in a playoff with my teammate in a course down in South Carolina, and it was getting dark towards around probably had, I don't know, 10 more minutes before you really couldn't see anything. And we were both making a mess out of his last hole. And it was a par four, slight dog leg left, hit it straight, which ended up being into the right rough. From the right rough, I pitched out, but it ended up being too much. Now I'm in the left rough. So now I'm in the left rough above the pin, about 89 yards, I want to say. And I again took a swing, hoped that it was going to get on the green. I think it landed about 15 feet short and rolled straight in for a birdie,
Nice.
which I didn't realize at the time it went in, but my coach was telling me that it went in, and still didn't believe him. But then it was a good feeling, but unfortunately I lost the playoff. But
Ah,
it's a good teammate that took my spot instead, so I'm not
you're
mad.
not mad. All right, that's good. Good. Playoffs. What is it? One hole, two holes, back nine,
No,
or
usually if my coach can't decide which two or which three or however many to take, he'll. I mean, in this case, he took us to the golf course that we were going to play that weekend, which I guess doesn't really happen in college golf, but he did it. But I think no, usually it's just he picks a course, whether it's our home course or a course around us, and we play 18 holes, and whether it's one person that makes it, two people, three people, then that's who he decides to take to the tournament.
all right, cool, man. Good stuff. What's your favorite or least favorite drill that you've learned in with the team that you've
Mm.
been given? You're like, okay, today we're gonna do this. Today we're gonna practice sand trap bunker shots or shots out of the rough.
I'd probably say I did like the irons only from the front tees drill.
You liked it? Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't really use my long irons as much as I want, or practice with them as much as I should. So that day it was just all 4 and 5 irons off the tee, and then it would lead to, I don't know, 7, 9, 8 irons in. So it was just a good practice with all my irons, and then especially you have to get on the green because you don't want to be chipping. So you really have to make sure that you're on the green with your pitching wedge, your 9 iron, 8 iron, whatever it might be. So
Is a par five from the front tees still a par five, or does it
yeah,
go to a par four?
we still play the regular par. So it'd just be, I don't know,
Oh,
a
okay.
550-yard par five would just be
Three and
like
change,
470
4 and
or
change.
yeah,
Okay.
probably 390, somewhere around there,
All right.
3 and change.
All right.
So it'd still be pretty long. Sometimes you can make them on in two, but sometimes you can't.
So I think I know the answer to this one, but it wasn't a tournament. But what's your lowest round so far down in Roanoke?
My lowest round, um, overall was a 69, 2 under at our home course. It was a very up and down day. I was expecting to do well around par. Was not expecting to finish under par, but it was a very up and down day. I think I had like 5 birdies, an eagle, and what does that make? 5 bogeys, and the rest were pars.
Nice.
So it was just I think the front nine I finished at 1 or 2 under, which had like very minimal mistakes. But then the back nine, it was just birdie, bogey, par, birdie, bogey, par. It's just a
Okay.
up and down back nine. But when I finished and I saw that I had a 2 under, I was pretty happy.
All right, good man. Yeah, I was there for that day.
Parents weekend. I
Parent
think.
weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. We met a lot of your teammates that day.
hmm
We actually everybody was there that day, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
And yeah, that was one of the days, or we do it a lot, but we go out in threesomes, and then we have on our team, we have 3 team captains, have 3 teams. So my team ended up winning that day.
That's the round before Farmville.
I think so.
Right?
Yeah, it
'Cause,
was. So it's
all
just a
right.
little team challenge that we did, and my team ended up winning because everybody on my team beat their opponents in those matches.
Mm.
So it was a
So
fun day.
so if I remember correctly, that was like a 2 hour drive from the school
Yeah, it was
out
middle of
east.
nowhere.
Yeah,
Yeah, to East.
Farmville, Virginia, just like the game your mom likes to play. But on a drive like that, after a tournament or before a tournament, what do you guys eat? What's your favorite meal on those long drives,
Mm.
like to and from?
Um,
Because you guys
I
leave
would.
early, right? You guys leave
Yeah,
early.
yeah. I always like a breakfast sandwich. That tournament in particular, we woke up 4 a.m. both. Oh no, it's just one day. We woke up at 4 a.m. left the school around 4:30, and we was driving and driving and driving. Everybody was just dead in the back seats. And then we stopped at a they call it Sheets. It's like
Yeah, the gas
yeah,
station.
like a
Yeah,
gas station,
can't wait
Wawa.
for that Bucky's to open up
Yeah.
on the way to your school.
And we all went inside. We raided it. We had like a bunch of snacks and stuff. And I think I got. They don't call it, or Sheets at least doesn't call it a bagel. They call it schmagels down there.
Yeah.
So I ordered a schmagel and like some yogurt. I
Why? Do
think.
you know why?
I don't know. It was
Is
just.
it just Sheets or is it
I
or
think
like
it's just
Virginia?
Sheets.
Oh,
I don't know if it's all Virginia, but I know it's
okay, that
just
makes sense. It's
Sheets. That
Sheets, Sheets,
yeah.
Schmegel.
So I had
That's
that and
dumb.
then like some Gatorade.
All right. What do you like after you're around? What's your go-to meal? Like
Mm.
if do you guys get to vote on the team bus, team van?
No, usually we have it picked for us,
Oh,
but I don't know, anything that's like just a large sized meal. It's like one time our coach got us personal pizzas. I think everybody finished theirs within 5 to 10 minutes because we were so
so
hungry.
hungry. Yeah, man. That's another thing that surprised me. That day in Farmville, you played 36 holes that day.
Yeah, one day.
And it's consecutive. There's
Hmm.
no break in between. There's
No.
no like here, take a 30-minute break and tee off. Have a snack or something. And that surprised me a lot.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be
I thought so too. I kept asking my coaches. I was like, "Are we gonna get like an hour or two break to like, go eat or go drink or just hang out?" And they were like, "No. Once you're done, sign your scorecard. You go straight back at it. Or not really sign your scorecard. You really just
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 continue
go.
with the second
Yeah,
card,
it's
second scorecard,
going
right?
to the 19th, 20th, 21st hole like nothing.
Yeah, that was nuts. Um, yeah, I saw Farmville and I saw the one in Maryland.
Hmm.
Yeah, good stuff. I which one was what? Maryland, right? Maryland was very soggy,
Um.
right? I think it had rained the night before, or yes, no. Farmville was the wet one
Yeah.
because it was supposed to be somewhere else, and
Yeah.
they canceled it, and then they moved the tournament to Farmville.
Yeah. The
Correct?
beginning of the round. Yeah, the beginning of the round was wet.
Yeah, it was
It wasn't.
drizzling.
Yeah, it wasn't heavy showers, but
Mm.
still raining.
Well, what's your favorite uh, golf club or golf item that's in your bag right now? Oh, golf club and golf item. What's your
My favorite golf club right now, probably it's been this club for the past couple months. Probably my 60 degree.
yeah?
I if like anybody around me that plays or anybody that plays golf with me knows that around the greens I'm hitting my 60 degree 95% of the time.
Eh, eh,
Whether I'm in a bunker, rough, around a tree, on the fringe, in the fairway, whether I'm 30 yards, 40 yards, 60
60
yards,
degrees all the
it's
time, huh?
60 degree all the time.
Nice.
And
And you don't like flopping.
no, I do sometimes, but I don't know. I've gotten worse at it for some
Yeah,
reason.
I like flopping. I like to flop.
So I try to stay away from it sometimes. But I keep telling my teammates that I'm trying to try like new shot shapes around the green, like taking my 54 instead of my 60 and letting it roll up to the pin,
Uh-huh.
which I would have never done years ago. But I just figured,
Yeah, you gotta
you
give
know,
yourself opportunities. You gotta give yourself different
yeah,
chances. Yeah, yeah.
model my game after people who are good at short game,
There
which
you
is
go.
that's what they do.
Well, what is it? 3 different shots with the same club, right? That's what they say.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, good man.
But and then my favorite golf item. I think I think it was from this past year. I got it at work. Um, it's the brush that you press the back of it and it shoots out
The
water.
water.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
I'm bad with wetting my towel before a tournament, before a
Oh,
round,
I
so
know you're bad at cleaning your clubs.
that too. But the brush, I just like to fill it up every round and then use it to clean the clubs and good as new.
Good. And the best part is when last time, not last week or 2 weeks ago, but last time we saw Robbie at the PGA Superstore, he told
Yeah.
you clean your clubs.
Yeah.
I think he saw them in your bag and they were dirty, and he's
Yeah.
like, I think he asked you. And
Yeah, it,
I'm like, that's what I tell him all the time. Clean the clubs.
yeah. Those my wedges, I think. My wedges
Yeah,
I
it's
never
always your
clean.
wedges. Ah, good stuff. What are you hitting your driver these days?
Um, my carry is about, I don't know, around between 270 and 280.
Jeez.
That's like if I'm hitting it good. If I'm
Are you happy with that distance, or you want more, or you think you could get more?
right now, right now I'm happy with it. I think it's like an average distance for competitive golfers.
Ah, good.
So if it was anything less, I'd definitely be mad. And then obviously if it's more, I'm not gonna complain. But I think I can get more.
Yeah.
I'm still going to the gym, still trying to lift heavier weight, which has definitely helped. Um,
Yeah.
but
Just
yeah, I'd want
heavier weight, but be smart.
to. Yeah,
Don't get crazy and do like those guys on Instagram, the ego lifting.
yeah,
These guys think they could bench press, these 200-pound dumbbells, and they look like idiots
I
because
know.
they don't want to do 100-pound dumbbells.
Yeah,
So just don't get hurt. That's all I would say to that.
yeah.
Um, what tournament or courses are you looking forward to this spring?
Um,
This coming
we
spring season?
have. I'm looking forward to all our Georgia tournaments. We
Yeah.
have like two or three, I believe. I think one's in Savannah, Georgia. One's in Jekyll Island, Georgia, which is like right next to that. And then we have one in Rome, Georgia. So the first two, that's down like the southeast and like the beachy part
Mm-hmm.
of the state. And then Rome, I believe, is
More inland.
what is that? Northwest. So up by like Atlanta almost.
Oh,
So yeah, those are definitely the top ones I'm
looking
really
forward
gonna
to.
try to qualify for, and that's also where like the big teams, the big names are at. Those tournaments always attract like multiple top 10, top 20 teams in the country. So
Ah, good.
that one's definitely the one I've had my eye on all year.
Ah, good. Is that I know spring training is spring training, spring break. I
Yeah,
know that's a big topic with you guys.
really know, but I'm pretty sure it's either between somewhere in North Carolina or somewhere in Georgia, which the Georgia tournament also might collide with spring break. So like we'd go all down to Georgia, watch whoever's playing, play in the Georgia tournament, and come back up.
Mm.
So I'm not entirely sure
Ah, all
where we're
right.
going yet, but
All right.
somewhere southern of us.
Cool, man. Live or PGA?
PGA, I don't think that's a debate. PGA, it's like it's classic. It's the one that was there first. It has all
First,
the
yeah.
tournaments.
You think they're gonna merge soon? I think they're getting closer to it. It might happen this year, but
Maybe, but
we've
I
been
hope
hearing that last year too. That they were gonna finally get together.
I hope not. I mean, it'd be good to have
No?
all the golfers back together, but I also wouldn't wanna like, I don't know, you say it, like modernize the PGA and make it like,
Start changing it.
yeah.
Uh,
I like to keep the way it is, 4 rounds.
if
And all
if you were
individual.
if you were a PGA if you were a PGA golfer that went to live, and now that they're talking a possible merger, and some of the PGA guys that didn't go or were never asked to go are telling the PGA, yeah, they could come back, but they got to give back their money.
Mhm.
You being Brooks, DJ, Phil, Sergio, would you give back your money to get back to the PGA?
No, I mean I understand where the other guys
Yeah,
are
me
coming
either.
from,
I
but
wouldn't give it back.
you know, if you're that good to get an invite, then you're that good to have that money.
Yeah, there you
If you're
go.
not if you're not good to get that invite, then you just I don't know.
Nah,
Too bad. You gotta
suck it up.
yeah.
Good. If you weren't playing golf, what other sport would you have gone
I've thought
to
about
college
this.
with?
Um, Probably would end up being baseball.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked all the sports that I played when I was younger, but baseball was my best, I'd say, before golf.
I
Yeah.
remember you being good on the team. You were like the number one player.
hmm
But I think soccer would have been my pick for you.
Yeah,
You
soccer's also
I
fun
think you
too,
were
but
better at soccer than you were at baseball,
I don't know.
and you enjoyed it. I think a lot.
I
'Cause I remember you in a baseball game striking out because you were swinging for the fences, and
well,
you
what else
know,
you supposed to do?
yeah, get a hit. You don't have to swing everything for the fences. Make contact. That's what you're supposed to do. But with soccer, you were in this little mini Cristiano Ronaldo stage that you went through, and I thought you were very good. I remember you playing in Armando's team, which was like a year older, 2 years
hmm
older than you.
Yeah,
That team,
yeah,
and you kicked ass because they were short on people and they asked you to play,
yeah. I
and
remember that.
and you were. I'm like, if it wasn't soccer, I'm sorry, if it wasn't golf, I think soccer would have been my pick. I think that you would have gone with.
Well, it's close between those two sports, but I think I practiced baseball so much and I was naturally good at it that I feel like I could have been better
Been
with
better.
baseball.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know, our town that we live in is a huge baseball community and a lot of baseball facilities and resources around here that could probably help me get better.
Get better.
So, yeah, I'd probably say baseball. It was fun.
Would you have been better than Matt?
I don't. Yeah, yeah. I'd say yeah. No need to deny.
All right, we're almost to the end. The last few questions I have for you. Bum 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 bum. I already asked you that one. Your dream foursome doesn't have to be me, not including me. Your dream foursome.
Not including you.
Yeah.
All right. Tiger. I think that's obvious.
Well, if you were to pick a tiger from a specific year, which one would it be?
2000.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's,
Tiger Slam, right?
Yeah.
Guy was a beast.
Justin Thomas, because he's my favorite.
Yeah. Shout out Justin. I remember the day you got the shoe
Yeah.
at the President's Cup.
And I got a ball.
You got a ball like the day before.
And I got I think I got his signature on my hat all on that weekend.
Yeah. You had a lot of interaction. My favorite part was you ran up to him. Was it President's Cup?
Yeah.
When you
Well, I didn't even know he was right next to me. He
Yeah.
was driving behind me, and then I guess he saw me, got out of his little golf cart, asked if I wanted his shoe, and I said yeah. I was originally going down towards the green to get players' autographs 'cause I think I saw Charlie Hoffman and DJ, and then he was just like zooming by, and he went under the ropes into the fairway, and then he pulled over and asked me if I wanted his shoe, and I
Nice.
said yeah.
No, what I was gonna say was the time you ran up to him, he was leaving a putting green, and you thought you were recording a video, your little cell phone, one of your first cell phones that you had,
Oh,
and you ran out of memory. Didn't know you ran out of memory. And never took the video.
No, it wasn't that. It was that I didn't press picture. I didn't press take the picture.
So
I was too busy like making sure we
you
were
were
both in frame.
too excited.
Yeah,
So then we go through the day, we go through the round, and he happened to be
on the same putting green like 6 hours later.
yeah, and we got the picture there.
Yeah.
We got the picture there. I like that picture. That's a nice one. Like if he heard the story, he'd be laughing.
Yeah.
My favorite memory though was PGA Championship, Butcherso, when I lifted you up
And Jordan was
by
on
the staircase.
Yeah.
Over that overpass.
Yeah.
And who'd you meet there that day? You met a couple of guys there. Jordan was one of them.
I don't remember.
Jordan,
I think Jason Day.
Jason Day, maybe.
If I had the hat, I could probably tell, but
Yeah, nah,
it was
I
I
couldn't
think it was
tell.
younger guys. If I remember correctly, it was mostly guys
Mm.
just starting out, like Jordan.
Yeah, that was fun. I remember lifting you up by your feet, or putting your feet on my hand and just
Mm-hmm.
lifting you up. Um, Going back a little bit, your junior tournament years. What was your favorite course or your favorite tournament?
My favorite tournament. Off the top of my head, although it wasn't the result that I thought was gonna happen, well, not I thought, but I wanted to happen. I got really close. Was my U.S. Junior AM qualifier.
Ah,
That was what, end of my junior year.
couple years
Yeah,
ago.
and
And
end of my junior year. It was like May.
what was the name of the course? Essex Files.
Essex Fells. Yeah,
Ah,
yeah. That was a fun experience. 'Cause I remember we were talking about it like 2 days before, and then, well, not 2 days before the tournament, but 2 days, and then like, oh yeah, 2 days later, you pulled me out of school like an hour or two early.
oh, cause the practice round.
Yeah, and you
Yeah,
were like, "This is the last practice round they had,"
yeah. The last
and
day for
then
practice rounds, and
you
like,
put my bag and some golf clothes in the car, and you took me up to Essex Fells. Got out the car, had a good warm up, played okay, trying to get used to the course. I was really nervous about what could go wrong in that tournament rather than doing good in the tournament. I was
um,
scared of, what if I hit it over here, now I'm blocked out by this tree, or if I hit it over here, now I can't see the pin because I'm too low of the hill, or if I hit it in this bunker, now I have a 60-yard bunker shot. But yeah, and then that tournament, we had my friend caddy for me.
yeah.
I woke up nice and early,
Um,
just us two in the car getting breakfast, which was fun. And then
I wasn't allowed to caddy for you for the practice round. No caddies for the
yeah,
practice round. I remember that.
yeah,
My memory, good, one bad from that actual tournament was number two, second hole, maybe third hole.
hmm
You parred or you birdied like 100 yards out.
yeah.
Oh,
I hold out for eagle.
yeah, eagle. That's what it
Yeah, it
was.
was like a slightly uphill,
Like 100
probably.
yards. I remember asking you 100 yards. I was like, oh, how much? I forgot. I was asking you like,
Yeah, it was like a
what was the distance?
short par four uphill.
Yeah.
It was like a bunker on the right, where it's like right where my landing zone was, and I was really bad with my driver at the time. I had like a crazy hook, so I was like really nervous about the tee shot. Ended up hitting it straight. It was on the left side of the fairway. Probably, I don't know the exact yards, but probably around 100
I
yards.
remember asking you like, what was the distance, and I think you said
And
100.
at the time, that was like my favorite yardage. And then it was like almost a blind shot. I mean, I saw the pin, but I didn't see where the hole was because I was below the green.
Mm-hmm.
Ended up just
Yeah.
hitting it, hoping that it was gonna be close, and then I think somebody said it bounced or no, it landed a foot or two short
Because
and bounced in.
I was down below the green looking
hmm
up, and all I could see was the top of the flag.
Yeah,
And one of the fathers or parents was up top, and
yeah,
yeah, yeah. He started celebrating.
yeah. One of my teammates now actually was on like the sixth hole, which was like right next to us.
Oh,
I remember.
you told me. Oh, wait, there were two at that tournament.
Yeah, he like saw the reaction. There was a couple people around,
Oh,
which was
the
pretty
teammate
cool.
that's in school with you now.
hmm
Because you told me about a teammate down in Florida.
Yeah, that was a different
Yeah, different one. But
tournament.
all right, I didn't know there was one there too.
Yeah,
Ah, cool, man. And then my least favorite was your last hole. It was uphill, par four.
yeah,
You drove it into the trap,
yeah.
and then your second shot went over the green. And then, correct me if I'm wrong, but over the green, you chipped it back on, and it rolled back
hmm
across downhill towards the fairway. And instead of you taking a deep breath and slowing it down and taking your time, you rushed it and just made a mess. And I think that's the hole that knocked you out of contention. I think you
Yeah.
would have parred, or maybe even a bogey would have still gotten you,
Yeah, but if I parred, I would have qualified.
and a bogey would have taken you to a playoff.
Yeah.
And then that was heartbreaking that day.
Yeah.
That one hurt. But my favorite tournament, junior tournament that I remember, South Jersey. I forget the name of the course, but it's the first one where you placed third. You got your first medal.
Oh, that was Blue Heron Pine. No,
Really? Yeah, down there. I know it was South
Was it?
Jersey. I didn't know if it was that one.
maybe it wasn't that one, but yeah, I remember it.
Yeah, I don't know if I posted. I gotta look it up. But that was because the pro shop was like a log cabin. I remember it being in like the middle of the woods.
Yeah.
It was South Jersey somewhere. And I
Oh, you're
remember-
talking about that one. Oh,
I
that
remember
was
your-
that was really early. I thought you were talking about
Yeah.
a recent one. What was that called? I think something Dunes or something. The name had
Yeah,
something to do
I
with
don't remember
sand,
the
I
name.
think.
But yeah, could you probably
Yeah,
right.
there was like sand instead of rough,
Ah,
so it was just
and I remember your first medal when you got
Yeah.
third place.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I wish I could remember the name of the course. And we talk about it some more. All right, last 3 questions, but man. This is for the guys at work that watch, or the few of you that watch. You've met a few of my coworkers. You've
Mhm.
played with them.
Yeah.
DJ, Mike's your boy.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Bart. Saborowski, you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Who else would you've played with?
Jose.
Jose, Roddy.
Did you say DJ already?
Yeah, DJ.
Yeah.
Kirk, remember Fred?
Yeah.
Fred,
Steve Kraft.
Steve.
Or I don't know how you say his last
yeah,
name, but-
that's it. Kraft.
Who else?
Well, okay. Out of all those guys you've met, the ones you can remember,
Mhm.
who's the best and who's the worst that you've played with?
Yeah.
I gotta put you on the spot real quick.
The best? Well, yeah, I think that's obviously Roddy. He shot like 73 in like a crazy cold, windy day.
And
he-
wet. I remember the course being wet. I'm not sure
Yeah.
about cold, but it was wet because I think
Yeah.
it stormed or something. That didn't drain well.
Yeah,
That course,
that was like around.
a Union County course. I forgot the name of it.
Yeah. Yeah, that definitely is Roddy. He's very consistent, I'd say. He always is ready to golf. It's not like he takes time off of golf. He's
He's
ready
always
to
he's
golf
always
whenever-
golfing. Yeah.
whenever
Was that Ashbrook? It was
it
Ashbrook,
might
right?
have been, yeah. The worst. I don't know. I gotta think. I don't think it's DJ. I don't think it's Mike. The worst I'd have to say, I guess Seb or Jose. I guess
There you go, boys.
because
It's a tie.
I think I remember them. They just can't make contact.
Were you with me when we played Green Knoll? Saborowski played with us, with me, and on number 6 in Green Knoll, it comes down,
Mhm.
and then there's junk at the bottom.
That's 5. Yeah.
That were you there?
Par 5.
Were you there with Saborowski where he didn't know about it, and he
Oh, I
drove
think
the
so.
ball and overshot the fairway and landed in the junk. And when he got to the bottom of the hill, he's like, "Oh, you didn't tell me."
That
You didn't
was
tell me there
yeah,
was junk.
because what was it? Because it was like I told him what club that I hit, and I think he hit the same club, which ended up being too far
And
because
he
I don't hit
bombed it. Yeah, he
'cause
crushed
I don't-
it.
I was like, I think I hit like a hybrid, and he was like, all right, I'll go hybrid at 3-wood too, and then he ended up hitting it. I do remember that.
Hit it a mile away.
I do remember that.
That's my favorite one because he brings it up to me every time we play. Oh, you never told me about the hazards. You never told me what's ahead. All right, pal. Last question. Thank you for doing this again. I appreciate it. Your time. What are your goals? Your golf goals for 2025? either school season or just in general your goals for the year of what you're
Um,
working on, what tournament wise, practice wise.
well, there's a couple. One obviously is to get better. I don't. If I end the year saying to myself, I think I got worse, then that's gonna be a problem. Um, but one of them obviously is to get better. Another one, like I said, was to make at least one of the Georgia tournaments. Obviously, I want to play in every Georgia tournament and every year, every tournament of this semester. So that's another goal of mine. Uh, I also, this was kind of recent. I want to start shooting under par more. I've done it more than I thought I would this semester, so I know it's possible. But I want to say like once every seventh or eighth, for every 7 or 8 rounds, I want to shoot one time under par, whether it's one under par or 10 under par. But getting under par more is definitely a goal I have, and still course management. I've gotten way better at it in the past couple of years, but there's still room for improvement of me planning out my shots and how I'm gonna go about playing a hole. That that I think if I were to get that right, that would help me a lot. So I mean, I probably have a lot more goals, but off the top of my head, those are mine for now. I'd say.
Cool, man. I think I've always told you when you were little, you're putting.
Yeah, that too.
You love hitting the bombs. You hit the bombs. You know you do. You the irons. You're a great iron player. But
Hmm.
where the guys that shoot low and shoot par
Yeah,
are the great putters, I believe.
yeah. I mean, I'm known on my team for not having good putter speed.
Well, that's one thing to work on, pal.
Yeah,
You definitely could do it. And you know you can.
yeah.
All right. All
Hmm.
right, pal. Thank you very much.
Yep.
My very first in-house interview. Thank you very much. Peace.